American Dream training, okay? Because we train and we train hard so that when it's time to actually trade, we know what the hell we're doing.
You have now stumbled into AmericanDreamTrading.com, where we trade shares and options. I will show you about swing trading, long-term trading, dividend stocks, high-yield income stocks, covered calls, cash secure puts, diagonal and credit spreads, debit spreads. I will teach you everything there is to know about the entire market. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I can't believe I get paid to help all of you get paid. This is such a wild thing.
Make some noise! Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Aftermarket. American Dream Trading's the Aftermarket live stream and watch party. I'm your host, J&J Video, aka Dawn. And this is a stream that's been created by traders for traders to talk about their day trading in the stock market, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it can be all of those things, sometimes all at once. And if you played NVIDIA today, it was good. Sometimes it might have been bad, and sometimes it might have been ugly. But if you knew what you were doing and you had a coach and a trainer like Chad W. Christian, who is a 30-year stock and market vet, and he has created this company called American Dream Trading, which is a stock market education company like no other, to which we all belong. We are all members. And He teaches us how to get in trades, out of trades, and everything in between. And I'm going to tell you something. Thank God for Coach, because I have always wanted to learn how to trade, but you know, the way that he teaches and his strategies, he makes it so, or makes it seem so easy because of his just straight up to the point way of coaching and his simple strategies. He keeps it simple. And unlike a lot of the other gurus out here that don't even let you trade with them, Coach keeps it simple, and he gives us one-on-one type style training every day. So shout out to you, Coach. Thank you. And thank you for letting us gather on your YouTube channel when the market is done so that we can talk about the craziness that went on throughout the day and just kind of kick back and let our hair down and just decompress from the day. Trading is stressful enough, and to give us a place that we can come and hang out and just kind of talk about our day, it's awesome. We trade together. Thanks for letting us hang out together too. So it's awesome. Shout out to all the moderators: Bruno, Miranda, Arlo, Mark McSee, Nate, Ted. I don't know all of you. DT the female trucker. Paula at the beach. What's up? Eric Smoto. Moi. Shout out to all of you guys. Mark, Lee. You guys are absolutely amazing. I think Johan and a couple other people that Coach mentions throughout his spiel. So if I missed you, I'm sorry. I just talk about who I know. But love you guys. Miranda, Arlo, thank you so much for always being my sounding board, ladies, and letting me vent in the middle of the day. If I've had a bad trade or something's going on and I'm just like, ugh! And they're just like there to, what? And they just join in with me, and we just talk and we have fun. And it could be any time on the weekend. I love you guys. Thank you. And thank you for always helping me, with the chat down there, policing the chat, putting the links up, making sure the links are reposted throughout the chat. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. You do so much already. And to come in here and help me, I appreciate you more than you know. Shout out to Mark McSee. He also does a lot too. He reads the chats and helps out all over the place. And he's really moving up, and stepping up his game. And I'm proud of him. He's amazing. We knew he'd be a good moderator, and he's proven us right. So that's awesome. Good choice there, Coach. Shout out to Nate, who is also another moderator who spends a lot of his time coaching a lot of us in the morning on the L2 strategy and just sometimes the trading psychology and getting in and out of trades and some of the scalping mechanics and what we should be thinking about. And he is one of 10 millionaires that Coach Chad W. Christian has created throughout American Dream Trading. And that's the 10 we know about. I'm sure there are other people that have made seven figures that just choose not to come forward. They don't want their business out there. They don't want, the publicity. So they choose not to come forward. But I'm sure he's made more than 10 millionaires. But there are 10 that we are aware of. There are at least 60 to 75 people that we're aware of that have since retired from their full-time jobs from what they've learned from Coach and having a group to trade in with American Dream Trading. So shout out to you, Coach. You do a fantastic job. Thank you for believing in us moderators and giving us a chance. I know personally, I was looking for something like this and here you were. And not only that, you took me in and put me under your protective wing, and I have been safe there ever since. And I love it. So thank you. Shout out to everybody that is down there in the chat. Shout out to American Dream Trading as a whole. Chad has been a stock market trader for 30 years, so he's got a lot of screen time in there. And he has really, there's two strategies that he mainly talks about, and that's scalping, which I'm sure every trader's familiar with that, and his customized 2-minute EWO strategy, which no one else is using, that teaches, it's kind of like having training wheels for new traders, and for advanced traders, it's a way to kind of slow things down, but it teaches how to enter in a trade at an extremely good entry point, and that entry point allows you to hold on to the trade longer so that you're not getting out of winning trades too soon. And one of the reasons we know that you would get out of a winning trade is not only you don't know your levels, you don't know when it's going to pull back on you, but you're probably in too heavy with too heavy a position size, and it won't allow you to sit in there. So, and if you're a scalper, hey, that's a completely different story. That's not a 2-minute EWO strategy. But if you're in a 2-minute EWO strategy, you should have a small position size, and you should be prepared to sit in that trade until it tells you to get out. And sometimes that's all day, and it never happens, and you end up making a lot of money to boot. So it is an awesome, proven strategy, proven by David. I didn't mention David. Proven over and over again by David Yanez, who is he is one of Coach's prodigies, okay, and has figured out a way to master the 2-minute EWO strategy. Thank you for the weekend session, David. It was stellar as usual. And David is amazing, and he is also the moderator that will sit down with you one-on-one at AmericanDreamTrading.com. If you go in there, one of the services is a one-on-one with a moderator. And yes, it is a paid service, but it is well worth it. David will get you straight, okay? If you don't have the logistics and the mechanics down, David will help you out, okay? So Coach put the right man in the right spot there. So I'm telling you, this has been an amazing day. I made a couple dollars today. I'm happy about that. I'm getting the scalping thing down. I told you guys I was a scalper, but I was playing with too big of a position size is where I messed up that first time I said it. And obviously that's my fault because I know better. You just heard, I know the strategies and how it works. It was just me getting in my own way, trying to make something happen that is not time for it to happen yet. And, kicking myself in the teeth in the process. But I have since calmed it down a little bit and realized, hey, first off, stop trading with bill money, which it's all bill money at this point, but at least do it with pieces of money that you can afford to lose if that happens. But yeah, I'm really enjoying just getting in certain things and staying in my lane with getting in those certain things. For instance, I traded Nvidia today and I went out of the money and I got like 5 contracts of something that was like $20 and I ended up making, I believe, like $45, $45, $50 on that. And again, not a lot of money, but for me, a $45 day is huge. Then I went over to SPY and did the same thing, made another $45, actually $40 on SPY, because then I turned around and made $5 on Ford. Just scalping, getting in. And of course, my position size isn't as big as Coach, so I don't get right out. I let it gain some momentum, get a few dollars, and then I get out if it's going in the same direction and not pulling back. And I'll know if it's pulling back because I don't go into any trade now. And this is something that I learned from Coach, and I'm sure you guys are learning and doing it. Get the trading view indicators. And to do that, you got to be a VIP member. Become a VIP member so you can get those indicators and chart. If you don't chart, you are flying blind. You are shooting yourself in the foot. Okay. It took me forever to get that down and understand the importance. And I knew it, but I just didn't have an easy way to do it. An easier way for me being visually impaired, and trading view indicators have allowed me to do that. So thanks once again, Noonie and Ted, for helping me to get, a membership that is going to last me for a while. I was on the monthly and they kind of kicked it and helped me get the yearly. So I appreciate you guys for doing that so that I don't have to worry about that every month. And I can chart like a pro now. And the only reason I even know about support and resistance is because of Coach and because of the group and David and, everybody talking to us, Mark McSee, Nate with the L2. The importance of levels. Eric Smoto, take the cookie, eat the cookie. Okay. These people are highly successful because they go off of levels in any way, shape, or form, whether it's the level 2 or it's charting support and resistance. You are still dealing with levels. And so if you don't set yourself up for success by getting into a stock first, charting it out, and then waiting for some type of pullback and not just jumping in at the high or during a gamma candle when it's going up, unless it warrants it. There are situations where it warrants it. But for the most part, usually if a stock is going up like that, let it breathe back a little bit. Don't be so gullible. Let it breathe back a little bit. Let it go down a little bit. Breathe backs are good. You need them. That shows the health of a stock. And if you get enough screen time in, Coach has told us breathe backs show health. That is true. Well, how can it be healthy if it's going down? No. I've seen stocks that do these little breathe backs and go all day long. So that lets me know, okay, some people, and I said this weekend, some people are just, hey, you know what? I'm good. That's good enough profit for me. I'm going to take that. Coach teaches us to shave. When something pulls back, shave. Well, maybe there are some people who it didn't pull back, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out here. I'm gonna take some profit here and go back to my 9 to 5. Because remember, everybody doesn't have all day to sit in the market and watch it. So if you're in a 9 to 5 and your stock has gone up and up and up, and you decide to take some, that's gonna create a drawback. That's gonna create a pullback. So the thing is, with the trading view indicators that we have and the 2-minute EWO training that we have, even if you're a scalper, you're trained, hey, just shave. First of all, you should have more than one contract so that you can shave. And even if you have two, shave when you see that pullback. And if it turns out to be a small pullback, maybe you don't shave at all. You know, it's up to you. But when a pullback happens, shave. That way you're still in it when it goes up and you're able to take some profit off the table. Okay? So, yeah. It's absolutely amazing, the training that we get. I didn't know one thing about stock market trading when I first joined American Dream Trading. The only thing I knew how to do, I didn't know how to do something. I knew how to buy an option, a call or a put. I knew what an option was, and I knew how to buy a call or put and how they work. You know what I mean? I didn't know anything about straddles. I didn't know anything about calls and calls on support and puts on resistance. I didn't know anything about buying leaps. I didn't know anything about covered calls and cash secured puts and credit and debit spreads. I didn't know about support and resistance. I didn't know about a whole lot of things. Gamma, data, theta, you know, I didn't delta, data. I didn't know about the Greeks. I knew of the Greeks. All right. I knew of the Greeks, but I didn't know how they worked. So I'm telling you, Coach is the man. So, and the group is the group. So shout out. Let's do a quick roll call. Amanda. Oh, I started calling you Amanda. No. Miranda, thank you, baby girl. Steve! What's up, Steve-O? How you doing, man? You're amazing. Thank you for being here. Gilly 85, getting it together. What, you working on some cars, Gilly? Always working. Gilly is always working. Shout out to Gilly 85, one of my favorite panel members. I miss your backgrounds, man. But I understand. Artelon with the pink hand. How you doing, man? Bucket. Sup, ADT and John. Sup, Bucket. How you doing, baby? KB. Sup, team. Sup. Love the way y'all say sup. All right, KB, we got Joe Pink. What's up, Joe Pink? How you doing? We got Joseph Davis in the house. Welcome. We got Jay Waffle. Love it. What is going on? We've got Mark 4. How you doing, Mark 4? Mark 4 steering wheel. I'm just kidding. Yeah, this is I'm into cars. I love cars, in case you guys don't know. Fast and Furious was my team at MCI. Look, on my desk, I've got hold on. Die-cast metal. Remember these? Look at these. That is because I come from a family of mechanics. Look at that. You can pull it up and see the engine. You can open the doors. Yeah, man. Thing is awesome. And this one reminds me of Jimmy Dean's car in Rebel Without a Cause. This thing is awesome. Right? You can lift it up and see the engine now. David will probably appreciate these. But yeah, I love these. These sit on my desk. I'm a car enthusiast. Like I said, I come from a long line of mechanics. Trust me, if my eyes were working right, I'd be fixing cars too. Shout out to Michael 1475, Miguel Lara, Victoriano. Thank you for coming on when you were sick. I'm so glad that you're feeling better. Welcome, man. Welcome, Friday 23. How you doing? How you doing? Timo, what's going on, Tim? How you doing, honey? My Honda fix. Honda. I had one of them back in the day. Farrah. That's a name I haven't seen in a couple days. How you doing, sweetheart? Welcome. Good to see you back in the chat. P. Biddy, what up? VIP winner. How you doing? DJ Vinny. What's going on, DJ Vinny? I heard you scalping Spy today. Raindrops keep falling on my head. What's up, Rain? I thought you were taking a nap. Raindrop, Green Day today on the green team. Love you, Dawn. Oh, I love you too. Love you, Coach, and all the peeps in the group. ADT is the place to be. Shout out to you, Raindrop. Shout out to Paul Brixon. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Thanks to Never Again Volunteer Yourself. Love the name. I will always say that. Brian McCarthy, what is up? Special K, what is up, baby girl? How you doing? Carolyn, Chicken Wraps, how you doing, honey? I love you too, Steve-O. Hamilton, what is going on, bro? How you doing? Oh, we got a couple people back there. Yes, we do. We have two people. Nate!
Yes.
What's going on, bro?
All right.
Victoriano! How art thou, bro? How'd you do today, Nate?
I did okay today.
Hey, how you doing? How's everything?
You did okay today, Nate?
Yeah, I did about $2,000 today.
Okay, we gotta give him the bell, y'all. You know, somebody sent Jen one of these. That she does her vegan streams. They sent her one of these bells because I went on one of her streams and I was ringing it, and she got a smiley face bell. I thought that was really cute. So love you, Jen.
Okay.
Really, Nate?
Yeah. Short day today. Short day.
Huh?
It was a short day today. I didn't trade past 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tell you what, your phone sounds good. For those of you who don't know, Nate got a new phone. So yes, he is in here with us, and it sounds good.
Thank you.
Yep. Well, that's awesome. I made $90 today.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, not as much as you made, but I'll take it.
But dollar here, dollar there, that adds up.
It does, and that's one thing that
Positive.
I was just saying that, as long as you're on the green side of things, you don't want to be having a bunch of red days. You don't want to scalp if you don't know what you're doing, and you damn sure don't want to be using a large position size and losing large sums of money. You talk to us all the time in the pre-market about small position sizes, and they add up. How many times you coach me a lot personally and tell me, listen, stop rushing into these trades. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Calm down, relax, stop trading with so much money. Your account can't handle that if you have a loss or a pullback. And I finally took heed, and I'm like, you know what? I finally got it in my head. Okay, you're spending $100, but if you make 45, or you're spending 200 to get in the trade, but when you see $45 and start seeing it, struggle, get out, take your money. That means it's done. That means it's time. Yeah, That means it's time to shed. Or if you're in a small, take it, get that money and get out. It's not meant for you to sit in there all day if you're scalping. Now, if you're doing too many of the WO, that's different,
That's true. That's
you
true. Take
know?
the money and run.
Yeah. So I appreciate it. I watch you, I watch Coach. Coach will do it. Coach talked us through NVIDIA this morning. You know what I mean? And he was in there and he was telling everybody when to get in, and by that I mean he was focusing on his trading, and everybody that was in a paper trading account took his cues for mechanics sake.
Right.
This is where this level is, so this is where you want to think about getting in at. And then once people would get in, it's like, okay, there's different levels here. Here's where I've got an actual level you might want to think about getting out. And a lot of us in the paper trading accounts would jump in, jump out, and we learn how to watch a trade. We learn how to scalp by watching his mechanics. So it's a good thing. We do the same thing in the morning with you, but you do it a little bit different. You do it with an L2, you
Right.
know, and
Yeah.
that gives us a new way to learn it.
That's right. Everybody need to learn a different way and find what works for you. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Victoriano, how'd you do today?
I did pretty good, pretty well, because I started feeling as soon as I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning,
Hmm.
in drench from my whatever I had going on.
Yeah,
Feel
you
much
said
better
that.
now. Yeah, feel much better, and I did play with Meta.
Okay.
Meta made a quick $80. Uh,
Nice.
Good.
Something small, but just enough to be green.
Right.
Hey, no small trades here, bud. That was awesome.
No, that's the goal. The goal is to keep green.
A lot of people
And
wish they could make 80 to 90 to $100 a day. And we're doing it through trading.
Right. Yeah.
yeah. Now let me just say something real quick.
Sure.
Coach, thanks to the coach, um, he provides the tools
Hmm.
to be able to read the market, understand the market, the psychology even so. Um, but then you have all this range of different types of tool, how to apply it so many different ways that you gotta make them your own. So everybody's gonna use them differently depending on a bunch of factors. The account, large or small account, or any kind of adversity you might have, you apply to how it fits the best for yourself. An example for me, I know I have my challenges, so that's why I had to first follow the words from the coach. I had to empty my cup, and it's taken a long time.
Yeah.
I came in with my cup completely full,
Because you had
but
been trading before.
I had encountered myself with some individuals that they were hedge houses, and they had hedge funds uh, brokerage, and they had they were trying to kind of not really teach me. I was just observing from far, not from far, but I was not understanding quite everything like they do now with the coach. They clear everything out. That's why when I saw coach on TikTok for the first time, it only took 20 seconds for me to say, okay, I gotta get in somehow, because
Right.
coach is real. It's like there's no words that can come out that I can justify how real and the coach and the lessons every morning. I urge of knowledge that is just mind blowing. No matter how little it is, it makes me complete. And I thank the whole group, the whole EDT
Oh, that's
for that.
awesome, Victoriano. You complete us too, brother. It works both ways. So yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you very much, Don. Thank you.
No, man. You all right?
Yeah,
We love you, man.
Dawn, I kicked myself out. I don't know how I did
I'm like, what
it.
happened? I thought the did the phone kick you out again?
No, I did messing with this phone. Kicked myself
Wow.
out.
Yep, it happens.
Yeah, yeah.
But we got people down there in the chat. How about a couple of you come up here and tell us about your day on the panel? Tell us how you got in trades and out of trades and everything in between. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Let's see here.
Where your regulars at today?
I don't know. I haven't talked to Mark. I thought Mark would probably be up here, but maybe the wife pulled him away. You know what I mean?
Right,
It
right.
happens. It happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I would have got into some options today. I didn't. I knew I had a lot of stuff to do, so I had to get that done. So get that out the way, so I can kind of free myself up a little bit this week, where I can stay a little later and hopefully get in an option play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm looking forward to in the morning. Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know you. Yeah. Look, I don't know when's the last time I was actually excited to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. But you have made the pre-market such that I can't wait to get up and listen. Like this morning, Shia, you
Hmm.
killed that, bro.
Yeah.
You
Oh yeah.
absolutely killed that. Was that the one that you made the 2 grand in?
Yeah. Yep. This morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure did.
Yeah, you guys that weren't there this morning, Nate and Mark had it all charted out for him. Nate got in CHEA, and I mean it was a master class on just being patient, playing the levels, getting in and out, taking your profit, getting more profit, staying in, letting it run up, and staying in a good trade, and then getting out when the profit dried up. I mean, it was just amazing to watch, and it seemed like this stock was staying up, going up for you, Nate. It really seemed like that.
Yeah. When I mentioned it this morning, it was down. I think it was $8 or something like that, and
I think it was 7, wasn't it?
something like that. I forgot
Yeah,
what it was, but
yeah, it was like 7,
yeah.
708.
Yeah, and I saw it. I was like, okay, you know what? This one is gonna run, y'all. So you might want to keep an eye on it. And I kept my eye on it. And I said, okay, here we go. This thing is gonna act stank up in here. So it was a pretty good trade. I like them when we catch one or two in the morning like that. Yeah, yeah,
You called it play by play.
yeah,
You
yeah,
really did.
Good.
yeah,
That was
Thank
amazing
you.
to watch.
yeah. It was.
Amazing.
It was. It was. It was something to see that because this morning I thought everything was gonna be down because of the volume was real low on everything. But that once that took on volume, it was done. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. It was done. Mm.
I'm looking at it now. The pre-market, let's see.
Yeah, that thing went up to like what, 14, $15? 15,
Yeah,
15, 16, somewhere around in there. Yeah.
yeah, that was crazy.
Hmm.
That was absolutely crazy. I don't even see the run up on here. That's weird. Oh, wait a minute. I think I see it. Okay. Then it came down too. Let me share my
Hmm.
screen. Hey, Gilly,
Hey,
What
Gilly,
up?
what's
what's
happening?
going on with you?
Working. You know me.
Yeah, I know. You are always working.
All work, no sleep.
Hey,
Gilly,
this is Team No Sleep right here.
Gilly, I finally made some money where I can buy a phone.
Hey, sounds good. You can tell
That's
the
what
difference.
Dawn says.
Hell
Yep.
yeah. You get an apple?
Yep, yep, got an
Good
apple.
man. Good man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of controversy there. You talk to Samsung people, they'll argue you.
Yeah. They was trying to get me to get the Samsung. They was talking about the new one, and my daughter was like, "Nope, nope, we getting the Apple."
I
So
like my Pro Maxes. They're big
yeah.
enough where you can see what the hell you're doing. And
That's what I
Mm-hmm.
got. A 12
fat,
Pro Max.
yeah, fat thumbs will work on it. But
Uh-huh.
it's not a Bible. You can put it in your pocket still.
Right.
Yeah.
And them folding things, those ain't worth a damn.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
wife had one, and that screen had nothing but problems.
Mm. Yeah. I
So,
think I got the 15 or something
that,
15.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah,
to Darn Cricket. I see you down there, Darn Cricket. Patience for Pennies. Jed. What's going on, everybody? Vegan Knowledge, JJ. Hey, baby girl.
What you
The
got up there?
Apprentice is down there. Liz Ruth. Hey, Liz Ruth. That's my neighbor's buddy. That's my neighbor. American Dream Trading runs on Diesel Dan. What's up, Diesel Dan? Pebbles. I see you down there. Bubbles. Bubbles and pebbles. Bubbles, pebbles, and bubbles, and pebbles and bubbles.
Dawn, what chart
Um,
you got up there?
this is
What's
Chia.
Oh,
I
okay.
pulled this up. And I was trying to see what time this was because this looks like it could have been the time. Hold on, let me enlarge it. What time is that? Trying to see if this here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but you know what? That was the pre-market, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a pre-market.
Ah, there it
Yeah,
is.
there it is right there. Yeah.
There's the run. That was a beautiful thing right there, man.
Yeah, you need to back it up a little bit. Back on up a little bit. Yeah.
Back it up.
To the left. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
see, this is when. Yeah, so that's yesterday. So this is all pre-market. So this must have been right here when
Yeah.
it was in like the $7 range. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I called it out. Yeah.
Yeah, this see right where I'm at is like 714, 7.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is like $8 up in here.
Yeah.
And then right here is 7. It's 7:45 right here, Nate.
Yeah. Yeah.
7:45. That was about that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was between 7:30 and might have been 7:30. Somewhere between there, 7:30, 7:35. Yeah. Start going
So
up.
here we have 8:15. So you figure for about between 7:30 and 8:15, it went up. And let's see where this is here. $15. That's right here. And it's not at the tippy top of the wicks. The tippy top of the wicks is saying $15.77. So all the way down here at quarter after, let's see, all the way down here at really 7:45, right? And it was $8. Nate ran this thing all the way up this morning, and we watched him do it. So from 7:45 to 8:15, like a half an hour, good half an hour, this thing ran up consistently. And he navigated that. So that just shows you the type of thing that we are learning in there, the type of trades that we're watching, you know? Yeah, that's what we're learning. And the cool thing is he's doing it with shares, guys. He's not doing this with options. He's doing this with shares. So the pullback damage doesn't hurt him as bad as if it were a gamma that's involved with options. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about. You know how when those candles pull back, that'll eat your face right off. They'll eat your lunch for you. And to deal with something like this, yeah, that wouldn't be pretty in options. It's not pretty in shares either, but at least you don't have a lot of those Greeks to worry about. And Nate ran that up like the pro he is and made $2,000 off of that run this morning. Now, If you get in it, maybe you're not going to make $2,000. Of course, how many shares did it take for you to get that, Nate? Uh-oh.
You got me
Hey,
all?
Nate. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you. How
Okay.
many shares do you think were you in to get the $2,000 gain?
300, somewhere around
Okay.
in this. Yeah. 300
Yep.
shares.
300 shares. So, you know what I mean? $300, and you got in at what price? Was it around the $8 mark?
I can't remember. It was probably around that mark. Yeah.
Okay, so somewhere around $2,000 he must have paid to get in that, and he doubled his money
Yeah.
just that quick. So, if you think the VIP is not worth it, this is the type of education that we're getting in the VIP room in the pre-market. And then coach comes in and gives us even more when he gets into trades. So, this is the type of stuff that we're learning, and not only that, we're backing it up with trading psychology. We're talking to each other about our mentality while we're in these trades, when we're in them, when we're losing, how we feel, what we're thinking about. And, Nate is also one, just like coach, that he will stick his foot straight up your what if you're not doing the right thing. So Mark McCee's another one. Ralph is another one. I will not hear somebody doing wrong stuff and just, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. No, because we don't want you to fail. So if you're doing the wrong stuff, you're not using stops, you're jumping in with way too heavy of a position, you're jumping in at the high and not waiting for a pullback, all the things. If you're doing any of that crap, we're going to call you out on it, because we don't want you to do the wrong things and then think, oh, well, the VIP, this training doesn't work. I can't. No, it's what you're doing. You have to follow coach's rules. Okay. Coach has rules set up so that you guys can succeed and hold on to your money. Not just make it, but hold on to it, right?
Right. That's right.
And I think we got Ted in here. Ted.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm in the show.
You're in the what?
Welcome.
Ted is dead. That's what I said. I don't know where that come from, Ted. I heard that on some show.
Are you in the Matrix? Oh, God. Is the word
Victoriano. So, Victoriano's a ghost. A ghost in the machine.
Is he? Oh, right. Look at that.
Oh, man.
I see
Looks
dead
like-
people.
Oh,
Looks like you could touch the shirt and it'd shock you. Like the old boob.
Right?
I'm fading.
Are you real, Victoriano, or are you a bot?
Hold on. Don't close your eyes.
Oh, God.
I'm like, what is
I
going
don't know
on
what's
there?
going on.
Looking pretty cool.
I love it. I actually love it.
Anyways. How you doing, Ted?
Doing great. How are you?
Much better. Thank you.
Much better, or you were not feeling well?
I was
Kelly!
under the influence Thursday.
That's
Hey,
Nana.
honey. Oh, Nana. Oh, my
I'm
bad.
glad you're feeling better.
Hey, blame it on the eyes, girl.
Ted, I'm
No,
in
no.
here. I'm in here 5 minutes longer than I'm normally here.
I know. I've learned to try to get
Blame
in
the
here
French.
to hear from you. How'd you do today?
I did okay. I did about $2,000 today. You
Nice.
know, I stopped trading at 9 though. I had to go to Charleston, so I had to get up out of here today.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. So, but I did get me a new phone, so I'm in here a little longer. I did make some money to buy a new phone, so it was hard, man. I was struggling.
He sounds good, right?
Great.
Nana, what's up, stranger?
Nothing much. It's raining today, so I've not a lot of things to do.
Okay.
It's
Well, thanks for
pouring
coming
like
and
it's
hanging out with us.
insane here.
It's raining here.
I was supposed to take a picture, but that's not happening.
Ah, okay. Kind of messed your plans up, huh?
But beside that, I did pretty good today. I made over $100 on Tesla put. I was pretty happy. And I could have made more. I don't know what the hell happened because I had to stop and it went really down. So I was like, I'm going to raise my stop. And I raised my stop, but I have a lot of room. And the thing just sold. I was like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, okay, I'm still making a lot of money. But I was like, you owe me $50, sucker. But yeah.
Let's give it up for Nana. Way to go, honey.
Way to go, Nana.
Oh,
Yeah,
but beside
good
that,
day.
that's all I did.
Good day. That was still a good day.
It
I
was
was
on
telling
my
everybody.
retirement account, so I don't know. I felt like this. I was in the right direction. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take care of that.
And pardon your French.
Yeah.
Gilly.
Really?
That's
Did
funny.
you say that?
Yeah.
He did.
Well, she gets a free pass because it's fun to hear. Like,
I'm
I
doing
say
basics,
it,
Nana. I did 3 scalps. I did a $45 scalp on NVIDIA, a $40 scalp on SPY, and a $5 scalp on Ford.
Every time I was about to do something, it's like, I was like, okay, it's going the right way. And then the candle was going the other way. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to touch it more.
Mm-hmm.
There's someday like that. You're like, okay, no, I'm not touching it.
I'm like, I'm leaving it alone.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just, I'm practicing. I'm just doing 3 to 5 scalps a day, just getting the mechanics of getting in and getting out, getting in and getting out. I want to do that for at least a good month or two before I try going back into maybe trying, multiple contracts. You know what I mean? Like multiple. I'm talking 20 and up contracts. I want to make sure I have that whole logistics down,
You have to, even me, I'm still doing one contract at a time, which the technique is a little bit different because when you only have one contract, you have to use the stop. That's all you have left. So you cannot trade. You have to raise the stop. That's the only thing you can do. When the candle goes the other way, you have to raise it a little bit. Even if it's just a couple of cents, you got to raise it. It's the only thing you can do. But it's what I've noticed is like there is someday I'll be there and help you out, guys, for the call out. But I will be looking at it. I'm like, well, because I cannot afford NVIDIA. Sometimes, Meta is becoming way too expensive for my test. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Never mind. But I will right there. I have 2-3 days when I'm not even trading. And like Friday, I went in Google and the thing was raw. So I basically make the money of a week in one trade. So I was like, I'm good. Because for me, it's 2% per trading day. If I average that, I'm good. So I got a good head start. I don't care. Like, as long as I keep the timing, because the 2% is, for example, if you start with $200, you make 2% in 2 years, you're gonna have over pretty much $500,000. So if you think about that, when you understand the compound of interest, so it's like one trade, it's like I got my percentage. I'm okay. I'm not even trying to trade more. Not even doing that anymore. And I'm not as much as in the red. Like I will have a little bit, but like maybe $2 or $3. But that's it. And then I just let it. I'm like, okay, you know what? Fine. I'm not tomorrow. And then I come back tomorrow and be patient about it. Then I get a good trade. Will go $20, $30. I'm not talking about small account because I know with small account, they get sometimes very intimidated in this group, thinking that they cannot make money. Yes, you can. You just got to train with patience and discipline. And I mean, Nate is the absolute example that you can take $500 and turn that into millions. So there.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Jimmy used to say, he just felt like he was at some point, and Nate, you can probably identify with this, that you're betting with house money, right? That you have a profit on a certain day, and then the next day, you're not even touching your principal. You're just kind of trading with the profits from the previous day. And the more, and Anna, you're talking about the compound interest, that just grows. I mean, you're able to take the bigger bets because you kind of shrug your shoulders and say, well, worst case scenario, I'm back to where I was 2 days ago.
Exactly. So that's why every time I have a little red trade, I just stop. I'm like, okay, you know what? There's tomorrow. And then it just go.
Nate's really disciplined about that. If he goes down like, I think even like $600, he's out. It's like,
Yeah.
this is my day, which is great because it
Mhm.
doesn't get him into revenge trading, and he keeps at it.
Well, I started taking all my money out, especially my winnings. That way when I come in the morning time, my margin is only about really $2,000. So once I get down into that 2,000, I quit trading. I just I just quit trading. So
Yeah,
Yep.
and Nate, last week, we had that great day with Meta.
yeah,
I took 12,000 out of my account and I didn't even notice it.
yeah, I took
It's a good thing. I mean, look at me. Every time I reach 500, I take 400. Start with 100 again.
yeah, I took
Discipline me to
mm,
train that, and I want to be there because first of all, as you guys know, it's my situation with the bankruptcy I'm going through now because I didn't screw up my finances because my husband is losing their business. It was due to COVID. It
mm,
happened, It's like, California shut us down for 9 months. We could not have a business running. But then the landlord of the business were like, you want us rent back? And we're like, how do you want us to pay for that? We were forced to be closed. We could not make any income. Didn't care.
yeah,
So it's like, okay, we have no choice. We have to declare bankruptcy because we cannot get ahead of that. So anyway, that's just the backstory. So because I'm married, I signed the paper, I'm forced to declare bankruptcy. So for me, it's like I cannot trade Webull more than 500. Like my $500 is pretty much where they want me to be to not have to consider that as an asset. And
Yeah.
my
mhm,
retirement account, they cannot touch it. So I can play my retirement account, but I cannot put money into it right now. But I can play from inside it, which is funny. It's
right,
funny understanding that. So, but it's like having that $500, like up that I reach out, take a damn and keep on going. And you know what? That gymnastic had to really teach me discipline because I'm like, well, if I'm not keeping my $100, then I'm a terrible trader. Imagine if I have $10,000, I will lose that. So it's
Right.
good. It's good that I keep myself at that level until I master it. So this time it take me a little bit longer, but sometimes there's some week like you look at the market and it's like up, down. It's like shop, shop,
mm,
shop, shop, shop. I'm like, even
Yeah.
a good trader, we have seen coach sometimes struggling, and he's a great trader. So imagine for a bigger trader, this is no man's land. Forget it. So for
right,
me, it's like sometimes it's okay to be patient, and sometimes you look at him like, not today. I
mm,
don't feel like it. It is okay because not trading, it's not losing money. Every time
right,
you're gonna be trading, you are putting your
At
money,
risk.
your party. So you have to be very conscious of the risk of what you can lose. So that's why, when I start $100, I have $20. That's all. And when I'm at 100, I am be super patient. Like I'm gonna wait for good momentum, everything like that. I'm gonna wait for coach to say that's it, let's go. And then I'll be one contract, and I go with SPY usually because SPY I so excel because it's like $20. It's kind of SPY you can kind of get it two, three bracket down, but it will be fine. Or ISO Excel. Once I kind of two, and I just wait. ISO Excel is usually pretty good because if I have good momentum in NVDA, it really crank to 50 to 100%. So you can bet $20, you're gonna make $10, which is 10%. If you think about it, it's 10%. So I basically take 3 days of trading in one trade. So I'm like, okay, good. So it relaxed me because I was like, okay, I still have $80. So can I have another opportunity? I usually keep it one. But the next day, I'm waiting the same thing until I get to 200. And then at 200, I kind of raise a little bit the bar. So when you understand that discipline, it's like, I know I'm here and I'm having fun with you guys. And I do some other things in my retirement account. But with the $100, this is what I do. And it's been a lot of patience. They have taught me patience to a different level because I remember when I started here, I was trading all the time and it was not good. And I I was like not putting the stop in the right place. I was letting go in the right too much. I was doing all the wrong things. So you know what? It was maybe a blessing in disguise that I screwed up once pretty bad, and
Yeah.
that taught me to go back out there. But now when I look at it, I pretty much get my money back already, so I'm okay. So patience, patience,
Awesome.
patience.
Well, thank you for sharing that, because I'm
Uh-huh.
sure there's a lot of people out there who went through the same thing. And, I know I've taken some pretty hefty losses trading. And I said this before, those losses, they teach you more than the wins, you
Amen.
know?
Yeah, you got to
And,
You
get
know
back
what?
and
up from it.
All those people who
yeah,
complain are like, "Oh, I blow up my account. You worthless." We have seen all those comments, and people will like, get their credit card, say, "Oh, it's fraudulent," and do that to coach. And I'm like, it's not coach fault. It's
right,
you. Nobody is putting a gun on your head to use that money in gambling and trading. You know the risk. We have been very clear about it. You have to train, 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 and train, and train until you get it. So don't blame coach because you did something stupid. It's just you didn't
right.
follow the rules. And I'm gonna repeat it again because I know there is some deaf here out there who don't pay attention. Do not blame coach for something you did to yourself.
Absolutely.
Because all
Absolutely.
of us here will tell you, did we have lost money? Ted, I'm sure you have lost some money and you learn from it. Done, you have done. I've done it. Victoriano, I'm sure you've done too. We all did. We blame coach? No, we blame who? Ourselves. Like, okay, we screwed up. We own it. And what did we do? We went back to the board, training, paper trade, figure out what we did wrong, learn again. And yeah, we put ourselves in the timeout and we keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. Never ever give up. And that's the difference of mentality, because if you lost and just go in your corner, you're never gonna learn from it, you're never going to grow. You
That's
never
right.
it's also, on top of that, it shows who you are as a person. Because if you fail and you just play the victim, you're not
That's not
going
so lot.
anywhere. But it's like a kid, when it trips, what do? Say, hey, get up, come on, let's go. It's the same
Yeah,
thing. Stop
absolutely.
blaming the sideway because you didn't look at your step. Shut
Right. And you don't want to, good points, Nana. Really, and you don't want to do things like this, having 2 and 3 red trades back to back to back without taking a minute. And then because those 2 or 3 red trades and over again lead to red days. And then 2 and 3 red days before you know it, you're at a week of red days. When you get to that level, stop it at the level where you're missing out on trades. Don't even let it get to red days.
Nope.
Stop trading and start training. Go into a training mode, because that's the only way that you're going to work your way out of that. You're not going to work your way out of it by trading, because all that is revenge trading, and that'll make you lose more money.
Yeah.
You know?
It's better, like, take a break, go do something, keep your mind off of that. Take a few days off if you have, like, from trading. Go do something, yeah, go work, I don't know, whatever. What you and we talk about this here, we're trying to refocus on mentality. When you come here as a trader, first of all, you have to be like very almost robotic in your emotion. You cannot be super excited, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna make millions. You cannot come right there because that's not good neither. But you cannot be skittish and doubtful and not sure. So you have to be patient, wait for everything to kind of line up in the right things, see all the indicator going in the right direction. Here in coaching, it's look good, everything reinforced, and if it's look good, then you can go. But if it doesn't, it's okay to not do it, but you have to be like a robot. And then whatever it is, if it's $2 or $200,000, because we have everybody between those range, on this group, it doesn't matter. Green is green. Period.
Another thing I like is JP always focuses on the percentages, right? Because a lot of people
Yes.
beat themselves up because they're not making the kind of money that Nate's making, or they're not making the kind of money that David's making. Listen, they go off of, a lot of them, they're making the big money. But if you go off a percentage, that's the way that you can feel good about your trade. because if you go off a percentage, that evens the playing field. You see what I'm saying? So if Nate's doing 20% and you're doing 20%, well, then you're trading just as good as Nate at that point.
Exactly.
Just because you're not making the same monetary amount as Nate doesn't mean you're not just as good a trader as Nate.
I'm gonna give an example. Like if you have $100, you buy a contract of XOXL at $20, you make $2 off of that. That's your 2% right here. So you already in that bracket where you're good to go, because we always say 2% a day. It's pretty much where you need to be. 2%. It's not much, but this is, and if you maintain this 2% every day, at least 2%, and there is day you're gonna make more. Like that, if one day you're losing 1% or 2%, like among the entire week, then you're good. You're good. And what Coach was saying, you are going to have that day where you're gonna cut a good trade, and that thing's gonna just cruise you. Then that's fine. That's great. But 2%, 2%, as long as you get that, that's it. You get you great. You trade, get 2%, put a stop right here like that. No matter what, you're gonna grab that, let it run, and that works. It's 100% so true to understand the percentage.
Absolutely.
That's why I try to be a champion for small accounts, because I know everybody have all kind of level, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe that's going to be my niche in the group, to explain to smaller people, because I know there are some people who literally spend $5,000 to be VIP, or they're like, okay, I just spent all my money in that membership, so I got to start with a little bit less. Can I do that? Yes, you can. Just be patient with yourself. Okay. It's not going to happen tomorrow. Let's be realistic. The Brady and the Jimmy were unicorns. We're not going to, not like it's impossible. Nate's also is a unicorn, but let's think about more long-term and be steady, as long as you are every day. And that's what we're going to focus on. And maybe you're gonna cut a break. The light's gonna go on, and then you're gonna just go. But you have to maintain that. And I am here like twice. I did some pretty bad shit. I never give up. I was there every day.
Yeah.
There was a couple of week I took off because I know my mind wasn't all right, and you guys were aware. I was working on myself and my issues, because I wanted to put my personal life straight before I can go back to training. It is so important to never trade out of desperations. Done that, doesn't work. It will get in your mind, because you're gonna be so frustrated even more, and that's gonna come and gonna put a ripple thought in your brain. I mean, we have seen some people kind of scare us a couple of times in our group by some comment. We're like, dude, no. You cannot just put your entire life saving on the line because you need that to save your ass. This is that's not casino here. It's long term. It's slow, and we can change life, but it's not going to be tomorrow. You have to take the damn time. And I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but I want to keep on repeating and repeating and repeating.
No, it's necessary. It's necessary because people got to hear that. Yeah, people got to hear that. And, those of you that have the smaller accounts, Nana compiled a list of tickers that cater to small accounts. And it's in the Discord if you guys want to go find that. Nana, where did you post that originally?
It's on the membership lounge. If they look at it on my name, Nana USA, Nana with 2N, Nana USA, they will find it eventually for small account. I posted a few times, but it's just few ticker. But basically, you want to look at things that 100, like under $100, at least in terms of value for the stock. Under 50, even better if you're really small. But
I think some of them may be a little bit more now than they were when you compiled the list, but I think
also if you do options, because you can do the same strategy with stock option. It doesn't matter if you buy a share at $20 and you just wait and you hold that share to make $2 off of it. That's the same strategy, basically. It's the same thing. Or, as I said, the $20, I kind of like it because it's 20% of the account. It's, percentage, again, 20% of the account. You're not blowing everything. I'm not using the entire $100, never do that, by the way. So little things. You can do that at stock if you're comfortable with stock, or auctions. It's whatever you want to do. Options, it's kind of my thing. I like it. But here's the kicker too: they are cheaper on Thursdays and Friday. But keep in mind, Friday they are very volatile too. It go fast. So
Yeah.
I figure out that Thursday is kind of the sweet spot because you can find a lot of those little gems more affordable. And if you have a good runner, it's affordable and you have enough momentum to make some money. But you have to be patient. If it doesn't, there's some Thursday does not happen, and I will be okay, fine. I'm not trading. But when it happens, it's good. I can do Friday because I used to it and I'm pretty fast. Like Google, I got it. I don't know how I got that sucker, but I got it in really early, and I was like, yes, baby. 70 bucks, 30 seconds. I was like, woohoo! I put it up so fast and that thing. I'm like, and that I was done. I was like, okay, whatever, do whatever. Any triggers, and I was okay with it. But damn, that's what we're talking about. It's like one day you're gonna get one. It's gonna keep you going for almost 2 weeks, So it's like great.
Yeah.
So now that 70 bucks that you made, as Nate was saying, this is what you use, Nate and Ted was saying, I put that 70 bucks, and it's all I'm using today. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But that's it. So like that, I'm not going sideways with the account, okay? And that's what you want to do. So whatever is your profit, if you have a good day profit, you try to keep that profit into the next trade. Like that, it kind of keep on bowling.
Keep the momentum going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's important. You know what I mean? Because people can go ahead and get in a rut and go the other way and just keep losing. So yeah, you do the smaller trades, and that's like what I'm doing right now. I'm not doing big trades or trying to do big trades. I'm just making the small 20, 30, 40, $50 base hits and letting them add up and just getting the process down. If you get the process down, the money will automatically be there because you know what you're doing. You're not just also chasing call outs. You actually know how to go find a stock and trade it. So
my same stock that I like. It's like it, and I think we always say stop chasing the shiny coin.
yeah.
And I know Nate, for example, his thing is a hot stock, right? Nate, it's a hot stock pick usually, but like me, what I realized is like, well, I will always look at the big seven, but I will look at XOXL because it goes with NVIDIA. I like Google. Google sometimes can have good movement, and when it does look good, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
SPY is my thing. Like I love SPY. I have no idea why. SPY never was mean to me. I mean, just a couple of times. Tesla was more mean to me than anything else. So
yeah.
Tesla, I had to divorce.
And SPY's affordable, right?
Stop trading Tesla. This is too volatile for you. You're not there yet. And he was frank. He says you seems to understand SPY, but Tesla is completely different. It's too much for you.
Yeah.
You gotta let it go and only trade it when it looked really nice. And he was right about that. He told me that in my face. When I did the one-on-one with him, it's like, you need to stop that bullshit. It's not for you. I know you like it, but stop it. So he was right. So Tesla, like today, was really down. I'm like, there's no fucking way. Like it's a beautiful downside, and I let it go down. I was perfect on it. But the rest of the day was kind of not touching it. No. It's once in a while. Tesla is once in a while. And SPY today, I was like, I see a couple of entry, but I don't know why. I was like, nah, I don't know. I don't feel like it. So I don't feel like it. I'm not in it. This is my rule. Don't feel like it. I'm not in it. Will I regret it? Maybe, but at least I'm not losing money. It is what it is.
Right.
But you learned a lot to get into SPY, and I think it's important for new people to understand that that's not where you start. Work your way up to SPY.
No. I started with CCL, Carnival Cruise Line. I did some AAL. I have done some BMA banks because they kind of slow or sometimes. All those little one. I started little by little.
So I don't want people to say, "Oh, I'll try Tesla tomorrow."
Yeah, so I started with both, little by little. The SPY took me about 6 months to starting to understanding. And then a year and a half later, then I can be in it without really losing much. Do I get a bad trade once in a while? Yes, but usually I just let it cut it loose right away. The SPY, when it goes the other way, it goes fast. So I just cut it off. Okay, $3, and then get it back. Well, sold.
You know,
later.
Ted, on that, on new traders, like they don't know what they're doing. They come in, and the worst part is if they have a shit ton of money. Those are the ones, I tell them, hey, do not do what I do. Stay the hell away from it until you know what you're doing. But people come in, even especially the ones with a bunch of money, and they'll throw a whole bunch of shit at a stock, and then they'll stare at it like they're waiting for a plant to grow.
Yep.
And then they'll learn how to buy an option.
Doesn't work that way.
Then they'll just stare at it, and wait for it to get a little taller. And that doesn't happen.
Then it goes a little bit taller, and then
losing their ass.
They
don't know how to get money, out, or anything about the stock market whatsoever. And yeah, that scares the hell out of me when new people jump into this. We are in the mosh pit.
To all the newbie, even if you have a bunch of money, start with $100. First of all, paper trade. But the first time you're gonna play with money, you start with $100 and see if you can grow that sucker. Because if you're not capable to grow that $100 and keep it that way, imagine what you will do with $10,000 percentage again.
Yeah.
If you cannot keep $100 alive and well and grow it, you will do the same shit with $10,000 or 100,000 or a fucking million. You will lose it all. So here's the secret. When you think you got a master on paper trade and you want to start with, you're gonna put in your real amount, the real account, just $100. Okay, let's see if I can grow that sucker. I defy everybody that is new in this group who have a bunch of money to put it to $100 and see if you can keep it. Coach, I've seen that many times. If you cannot keep $100, you will not keep $10,000 or more. You can't.
Right.
So you have to do that. If you can grow that 100 to 500, then $1,000, and you're consistent, and you have that, then you can think about starting growing it a little bit. But beside that, don't, because it shows that you're not ready yet. And the reason why it's better to lose $100 at $10,000, right? Come on, people. It's not that's so very important. And that's why sometimes it is nice. And I think we should tell everybody, you can use the money. Well, guess what? You need to put yourself into that tiny account sections and see if you can prove yourself you're capable. Because that is a challenge. The $100 is really challenging. It teaches you patience. It's only one trade. It's only little things. You have to make sure it's good. Because if you have $10,000, but you're like, oh, $50 there, $30 there, 100 here and here. And at the end of the day, you made $2 or it's red or in the red for $2. No, you're doing shit. You're not there.
Absolutely.
Not what you want to. You don't want to be all over the place, trading 10 different stock at the same time. Your brain is going to go nuts. You cannot, as a beginner, like I don't even like to have more 2 trades than once. I can't. I like to have one trade and be on top of it. It's so much better to have one clean trade that multiple bullshit trade or things are like, oh, I break even. I got 20 breaks, but I kind of break even. What the hell are you doing? That's not how you're supposed to trade.
Right. Absolutely, Nana. Good points on all fronts. I mean, you guys gotta make sure that, you are following Coach's rules, which we didn't go over, but, you're not losing more than 1 to 3% of your account. First off, you're not using real money. You're not losing more than 1 to 3% of your account. Also, make sure you're using your stops, right? Make sure that you're not trading more than 1 to 5 times a day. Don't do more than 1 to 5 trades because you're going to end up over trading. But above all, use small position sizes and use your stops,
So where can people go to?
You're very successful to start really trading all the time and scalping everything. When you're going to get to that level and you're out there, maybe. Not when you start. There's no way.
Right.
People go to learn all
Guys,
this stuff.
Can I just interject here?
Yes.
Because I think it's really important. I think people need to get comfortable with losing.
Yeah, agreed.
They're gonna lose.
So what I'm hearing here is all the things that can go wrong, and that can be really intimidating. What you need to do is you need to get comfortable with small position sizes, and knowing that losing, at least initially, is going to be part of it, because that's where you learn. And if you have a journal and you write down things that help you, remind you of the pain that you feel when you lose, that's good. Nana, I appreciate what you're saying, but I think and I know that part of this experience, it's fun what we do. I mean, we have a lot of fun trading these options and these stocks. And the thing that you should do is have fun with it, but make sure that you are, like Don was saying, that you're setting your stops and that you're protecting yourself. And those who sign up for Coach's program will learn all those fundamentals that will give them the safety net so that they can be successful. The greatest feeling in the world is to make a trade under Coach's rules, and you'll learn if somebody's on the outside looking in. He has this great philosophy that is like training wheels for trading. It's a very nice way for a new trader to get involved. And if they follow Coach's strategy as laid out in the Zoom call every day and through the training videos that you can watch, you're going to have a lot of fun with this. And I think I know from experience, I've been at this for over a year, and yeah, there are days when you're like, okay, I have a feeling it's supposed to be doing what I want it to do, and it might dip down a little bit, but you'll learn to weather through that. And I gotta tell you, the people that have the biggest problems are the people that panic and they sell when they forget that overall in a decent market, most stocks want to go up. It's just, sorry, most stocks do. And if you're picking the right stocks, if you're picking the stocks that Coach lays out in his pre-market training, and you follow Coach's advice, we have all sorts of options for you. Pardon the pun. But you have all sorts of options to choose from, and you get to know a couple stocks, and you start to know how they behave. Yep. And it gets to the point that in learning about those stocks, you know when things are dangerous, and you know when you can leverage your skills. And Gil, you're absolutely right. Some people come here with money and they're used to spending money. Maybe they're used to going to a hotel and they put a $20 bill on the counter, and that makes all problems go away. And the concierge gives them a nice room, right? They use money to kind of push their weight around in society.
Yeah, to buy success, and you can't.
They buy success, right? They know that a lot of things can be solved with money. Well, that's not true with trading. The more money sometimes that you throw at it, the more that you are going to lose. And so learning the fundamentals that Coach teaches, and I'm an acolyte, so I'm a full-on
Kool-Aid.
But it's because what I've learned
is that word, Ted?
Acolyte, somebody that preaches the gospel.
Acolyte?
Acolyte, sorry.
Okay. No, I'm good. This educates me. Gilly, stop it.
But I mean, we knew Coach gives us these tips that are not just related to stocks, but industries. We knew early on about NVIDIA. Why? Because Coach talked about it. He has an IT background, and he knows this stuff inside and out. And so every morning we're treated to his vision of, okay, here are things that you need to be looking out for. And here's why these are the companies that are going to do well. That's what you get when you sign up for ADT. It's a fantastic experience. Yeah, I guess, I just want to, I don't want to poo-poo the danger that's involved, right? We all know that you're playing with your money and you need to be disciplined. And the great thing is, I'm here to tell you that if you're able to stick with it, Nate is not a unicorn. He's not a unicorn. Somebody said he was a unicorn.
You know why I say that? It's like because he did it pretty fast. But yeah, you're right. He had bad days.
I'm here to tell you that I've learned to copy Nate. I'm up 15K today, and I'm up 15K because I'm learning from Nate. I'm learning from other people. We have this great community. And the thing is, once you start experiencing the success, it's so weird. It's like you know that you're going to be successful. You just know it. And you may have a bad trade, but that doesn't get in the way of your success.
It doesn't take away from the fact that you now know what you're doing.
And amen, brother. If you got a big loss, it's going to teach you a lesson, and we all, it's sad to say, but we all need to experience it because it's a teaching moment.
But
I think all of us,
and you know what it does?
Losing quite a bit of money teach us a lot.
Nana, I want to say this because I think it's meant with the most sincere hope for you. Is I know you're in a bad situation, and I know it probably weighs on you, but you have to get that out of your head when you're in these trades. I mean, I love the fact that Jimmy, when he traded, he would cover up the profit and loss, because if you're doing the mechanics, I mean, Coach has proven that you can do this. There's an indicator the Coach has that if you sign up for ADT trading, he goes into this indicator, and I've seen him trade just off of that indicator without even looking at the candles up or down, and he's been successful doing that. And all I'm saying is let's not focus on the profit and loss so much, but let's focus on making sure we're doing the 5 or 6 star trades, right?
Yep.
Because when you do the 5 or 6 star trades, they just, I mean, unbelievable. They just start spilling over. I mean, if you've got the right stock, if you've done your homework and you've recognized the value that company represents, and it's all the conditions are right? You looked at the Coach's indicators. Folks may not know this, but there's a Trading View plugin that Coach has that he has created the IP around that helps organize the data in such a way that it makes the trade much easier and with much more confidence. If you work hard to understand all those parameters, you're going to be successful.
Yep.
I'm not saying 100% of the time, right? Because even the best traders, I mean, you can be successful by
30% does not exist. Period.
Right. You could be successful with 60% success as long as you know how to cut yourself off of bad situations before they get worse. And I guarantee you that many people, you can go to other people on the internet. I invite you to do that. I happen to think the Coach is the best because I've looked at these folks, but that's what they'll tell you. They'll tell you that failure is part of this, guys.
Yes.
If 60% of the trades will make you a millionaire, if you keep on working the system and you're failing 40% of the time, let's not focus on the 40%. Let's just make sure that the 40% is a small amount that you're getting out before it's a bad situation.
Absolutely.
So I'm sorry I got passionate because I'm feeling very passionate lately. Coach has done a lot to change my life, and I hope other people can have success. You know, this is the great thing about what we do. That stock market is filled. It's abundant. There's so many ways to make money, and I'm there in the morning doing the penny stocks. I did fund today and I went up 1K. That's not me. That's not Don. You know this. That's not my trade. But
that's not
trade, right?
You like that. Yeah, you hold on to them for longer periods of time, and you've researched the company. You're not really a in and out day trader, but you've got that skill now in your arsenal, so that when you want to do it, you can.
And and the other thing is Nate with his morning sessions in VIP has perfected a technique that coach taught him, that Jimmy taught him, that I'm not going to get into the details because that's coach's IP, but instead of chasing the trades, it's a more intelligent way to approach trading. And if you sign up for the VIP system, I think you'll see that this is the kind of thing that can change your life.
Absolutely.
So anyway,
absolutely,
so passionate about it. I wanted to chime in.
Hey, please don't apologize for being passionate. We need passion, and we need to have that because you're saying it with conviction because you're experiencing it. You have gotten tutelage from coach, and now you have seen success with it, and not just, oh, wow, I had a good trading day. No, you have seen consistent success, and now you're trading at amounts that probably 6, 7, 8 months ago you only dreamed of trading about in those amounts, and now you're doing it with ease. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, and we're all waiting.
I have the opportunity to make more money this year than I've ever made, and I was a vice president at a software company. I really feel like I have the opportunity to make more money doing this, just following coach's rules.
Yep, absolutely, Ted. And we're all proud of you, man.
Hell yeah, man! Stock market's the best gig on the planet. It really is.
Yeah, it is. And you can go anywhere and do it. That's one of the things Nate's always saying he loves about it. You can take this anywhere. You could be on a cruise ship. Brady was on a cruise ship trading.
He's on that cruise ship already. Come on.
And Jimmy, remember Jimmy? He was laughing when. And by the way, if you look at the videos, there's great examples. We should probably separate that out into its own little section of how Jimmy became a man. that he started off, he was like afraid, and then one day he's trading and coach was like, okay, so you have 100 shares? He goes, no, I guess I have 100 contracts. He goes, you have 100 contracts? And coach puts the brakes on the whole session. He goes, okay, everybody shush, I need to talk to Jimmy because he's dealing with 100 contracts, which is 100 times 100, which is that 10,000? I mean, that's somebody do the math for me. That's a lot of shares.
Yes, 10,000 shares, I think.
So accidentally, Jimmy made $20,000 that day because coach was able to. That's why I call myself Ted Strikers, because I feel like I'm this wayward pilot and coach is always talking me down. He talks Jimmy into this trade that I think was something like
it was.
I was there for that. I was there for that.
$20,000. He thought he had an amount of money, all by accident. So
yeah, this is the guy that he sounds like. And coach, one day, you do.
But I want to finish the point. What Jimmy said is this should be illegal. This can't be legal. I can't believe that we're able to do this, guys. For years, and I'm going to get on a soapbox for a second. For years, the financial geniuses out there that go to Ivy League schools have been trying to convince us that we should be happy with a 10% return on our investment on a yearly basis. And I'm here to tell you, my eyes are open to that whole scam. I'm sorry, but it's a scam.
I mean, I went 7x on my retirement account. Thanks to coach.
You can do a lot better than 10% per year, and that is no lie. Okay.
7x in 1 year on my retirement account, thanks to coach. So it's so much better than 10%.
So
I can do 10% a day. So please, thank you.
So, Nana, I'm sorry if I just felt like I feel I owe it to the people that are watching this to say that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I've been at this for 15 months now, and I can tell you with a high degree of confidence that every day I come in here, I'm not fearing. I'm excited, and I'm just trying to figure out where that next opportunity is going to be. And we're right in the middle of earnings seasons, and we're doing some great things, talking about earnings and trying to get into the mechanics of, okay, when's the best time to invest in some of these companies? Sometimes it's 2 weeks before earnings. Sometimes it's right before earnings. And over time, I think we're getting a really good sense of which of those companies that are going to have the biggest payoff if we play our cards right.
Let's speak to that for a quick second. Did you used to go in with fear?
Oh, I think everybody did. I remember. I mean, when I first started, I think I was down 30 some odd K. I mean, it was just the feeling.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, and that's why I'm saying is we can internalize that, and we can create a mental, block where we just fear doing that ever again. And why Coach says that you should write it down in your journal, and I've got a remarkable journal because Coach recommended it, and then he switched on me to a new technology. But writing it down will help you associate, and I used the word the other day, Pavlovian. You need to get a Pavlovian reaction to these bad trades, and when you do, you'll never be in a bad trade again, because you'll remember what it felt like to be in a bad trade. And Coach's rules are trying to prevent you from ever making those mistakes. But if you do, we're human, and sometimes we think, oh, opportunity is right around the corner. By the way, I've said this before, watching the candles can be like hypnotic. You're watching it and it's going up, it's going down, and you're just sitting there staring at it. And I've heard so many stories of people that just get in this trance watching their stock go down, 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 down. And I'm here to tell you, snap out of it.
Right?
You're not a bad person. You just got bad timing. So get out of it and reload and find the better entry point. And again, Coach gives us guidelines on where those entry points are.
There is a comment.
Last 15 months, all the tips and techniques that Coach has given us that we just have in the back of our minds that we know dot and dot. Right? I mean, we as a group, we're singing it. I mean, we're having so much fun with these trades that it just is second nature. And if you become part of this community, become active, come with an empty cup, Coach will fill it with the right techniques and the right things to be thinking about when you're doing these trades. And he'll be there every step of the way. I've heard Coach, again, if you have an emergency, you're in a bad trade, raise your hand. Everybody shuts up, and Coach, he is the only guy out there in the World Wide Web that I know of that does these live sessions.
Yes.
It's incredible. It has been incredible. I did a one-on-one with Coach, and he opened my eyes to so many things. We've got other moderators here that can do the same thing. This isn't empty promises. This is, if you do the work, and Coach says this all the time. You know, some people have quoted Malcolm Gladwell. If you're doing something that you're passionate about and you put in more than 10,000 hours, you're going to get good at it. It's just the way it is.
It's going to happen. It happens. It's going to happen.
Especially if you're passionate about it. If you're in this, oh, here I go again, I don't want to do this, then good luck to you, because
it's going to beat you up.
Trader, and you're not going to
beat you up.
But
hey guys, there's someone in the comment that was saying, hey, I want to do it, but I'm scared because I'm afraid of taxes. And I'm just going to talk about state of mind. If you're not willing to pay taxes or understand the implication of taxes behind that, you're not ready. Because here's the thing, if you're going to really make money, you need to pay taxes. You should be okay with it. It goes with the deals. So you have to put your mindset in the right positions. That, first of all, it's a little bit more complicated than that, I understand. But it's like, if you're going to go make some quite decent of money, yes, you're going to have to pay taxes, but it means you're successful. You have to think the right way in your mind. Taxes is not a bad thing. If you pay taxes because you're successful, you should be okay with it. Just saying. Exactly. So
I want to pay a lot of taxes.
Structure that state of mind.
Me too, Kelly.
Look up, if anybody is interested, look up a quote. But I remember at one time, especially Arnold Schwarzenegger used to be the governor of California, and they asked Arnold Schwarzenegger, about high taxes. He goes, "I'm happy to pay taxes. That means I made a lot of money." And that's exactly
right.
taxes, it's a great, and this isn't financial tax or investment advice, but I can tell you that if you talk to a CPA, they're going to go, if you're paying taxes, that means you made the money, and that's it. And basically, it's just a simple formula. What did you make? Here's what you're going to pay in taxes. And it's only the total of what you made. It's not like every single trade you're paying a tax on each and every trade.
No, it doesn't work that way.
But talk to your financial people; they'll set you straight.
Yeah, you gotta talk to someone with that.
I just want to send out,
and it's more complicated than that.
Send a shout out to John Lee, Diesel Dan. Let's see, John Lee, Diesel Dan. Steve-O, thank you, Steve-O, and Thomas for the tips. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
You gotta pay to play.
You gotta pay to play. That's it.
There you go, Victoriano.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well said.
Hey, listen, I found it, Ted. Carter, shout out to Carter. Carter is the full-time videographer that puts all these videos on YouTube. He spends a lot of time and a lot of effort making sure that he captures the moments that Coach has that teach us so much. So if you guys could go, make sure that you're looking at the videos of the day, commenting on them, putting a like on them. That'll help push them up through the algorithm, and they'll get seen by a lot. And I have one or two for today, but you made me think of the Jimmy moment, Ted. So I found that and I pulled it up. Yeah.
And maybe we pause to just point out what's going on, because it's so funny.
Yeah.
I think there's a call option.
Yep. So this is the one that Ted was talking about. Introduction. It's intro to call options. And this is one of the first millionaires that was made in this group. This is Jimmy. This was before I think this was before he made the millions, or no, he made his first million on shares. So this was before he started doing options, and Coach finally talked him into doing options, and they're doing Airbnb. And just kind of listen to Jimmy. It's really funny and really charming how he steps him through this. It's awesome.
Airbnb, Jimmy, looks good if you want to dabble in an option. Okay, just do one. See how you like it. One contract, Jimmy, not 100,000. Airbnb, ABNB.
Despite taking off again.
Oh,
it's
thank
expensive.
you.
It's $100. It's expensive.
Is it? I don't know. Let me look. It's 200, Jimmy. 200 bucks. You can get one. Buy one contract, just one, Jimmy.
And Jimmy was notorious for getting thousands of, you know what I mean, shares of something. So he was big on getting big amounts of shares. So Coach was like, yeah, this is options. It's different. So just get one right now, just to start.
And hold on, because I was there for this. Before this recording, he explained to him that one contract equals 100 shares. Now he's telling him to grab one, and he's thinking 100. So go ahead.
Right. And Gilly, yeah, you do sound like Jimmy. Those of you that think Gilly sounds like Jimmy after you listen to this, raise your hand.
At options.
Yep.
It says it's $10,000.
No. Make sure your quantity is right. It should say
That's
one.
100.
I remember that.
Be one. Yep.
I thought you have to have 100 shares.
No. A contract just equates to 100 shares. That's all it means.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so November 11th.
Yep.
November 11th. Sorry if this is helping or not. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is anybody else helping? It's helping.
Yep.
So November 11th.
Uh-huh.
Expiration date.
Yep, that's the expiration date.
And then strike
price is going to be 101.
What did you say? 101.
101 will be your strike price.
Oh, 101. Mine says 100.
Well, you can change that. There's a bracket there to change it.
Okay, 101. Okay.
Yep.
And then it says limit price at 3. What's that? 311.
The limit price should be around 212.
Is he doing a call or put?
He's doing a call. You're doing a call, right, Jimmy?
Yes.
Okay. So your strike price will be around, or your price to pay for it's around $2.12. Now it's $2.
Kyle J said Gilly is Jimmy in disguise.
14.
Now it's 218.
I just made 8% on.
Yeah, I know it's flying up. I just made $225 while
Okay,
talking to Jimmy
hit
about
send,
it.
right?
Yep.
Oh, automation. No.
Now it's 223.
Gotta be quick.
This is so great.
Now it's 225.
I love this.
Now it's 230. Yeah, Jimmy's starting to realize how fast options move.
Wow.
It moves super fast.
Airbnb. Which one you want so I can watch?
A.
Look at Nana.
I was there. I remember.
Yeah, you were in that.
B and B. A, B, and B. There it goes. Now, Jimmy, it's up to 230, 232.
Nice work.
High a day. Now it's up 236. Now it's 239.
Yeah, I just got in.
Nice.
That was Brady.
That was Brady. Yep.
Yeah.
It took me 5 minutes to do my order. It took Brady 1 second.
246. Now I'm up over 1,000 on it since showing Jimmy how to do it.
Yes.
252. Now it's up $1,200.
Airbnb was flying that day, man. Consistently.
You guys are just the best. This is so awesome.
This is so
How many shares did you buy, Coach?
I bought 30 contracts, which was only $7,500, by the way. So I'm up 20% since calling that out to everybody.
What's that?
A month later, Jimmy was doing option on SPX. It was crazy.
Well, let's stick with this one for now.
Yeah.
See? Now it's up, 1,500.
Should I get out?
No, Jimmy, you should be. You're way up, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, because you know what? What's
I
really
love
funny
that part.
is
You know
it
what?
auto-populated 100, and I thought I changed it, but it went back to 100. I bought 100 share or 100 whatever.
Jimmy, you bought 100 contracts, right? Yeah, I'm going to walk you through this. Are you with me?
Yeah, I remember that.
So he bought 10 grand in options.
Yeah. It's
Good
crazy, dude.
Well, Coach
And
was
it was
telling him
flying
to
up.
do just one. Yep.
Jimmy.
He picked the right day to do that.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
he did.
now
He was
Coach is
using
gonna
E-Trade and he didn't change the setting on the auto population of E-Trade. I remember that.
now Coach is gonna help land the plane.
Right.
Yeah.
So what you can start doing is you can start shedding this, right? Start shedding, shed half.
Okay.
Don.
Yeah.
So what I do is
What's amazing is Coach's advice. It's standing the test of time. This is exactly what he would do today.
Yes. 50% shaded.
And
He
we're all
always
kind of
knows
we're
what
all
to say.
following along, and we know, that's exactly what you should be doing.
I love it. I used to not like shaving. Now I love it. It's like, you taking some profit off the table no matter what. From here on out, it's a green trade.
I go in, I'm going to do it with you. 15, right?
Yeah,
So do
hang on,
50.
it's going to keep going up here.
That's okay. I mean, you want to collect profits on the way up, so if it yanks really hard, you don't lose it all, right? So we don't stay in heavy the whole way unless you're going to use a stop in there.
He doesn't know how to use
I would tell you how to use a stop, but I'm not sure you know how to do that, right? And you're already way up.
I don't know how to do that.
That's what I mean, and I don't know off of that.
Okay, that's fine. How do I get then?
So just
then I'll
shave
sell these right here.
shell, or 50 of them, right? So you only leave a little bit.
Okay.
But I do want you to learn how to put in a stop, right?
Okay, that's fine. Let's just do that. I'll learn later on one share.
Yep. So at least right now you're
There you
making
go. Let me get,
yeah,
I'm getting
20.
out right here.
Jimmy's like, let me just get the fuck out of this trade first.
20, 30 grand off it probably.
I just did 50 shares.
Okay, good. 50 contracts are gone.
They're 50
Yep.
contracts.
Yep. So you have 50 more.
He's still referring to them as shares because that's the only thing he knew it up to this point.
Yep.
Looks good though. See how it's buying. Look at the wick. Nice
Yeah, I
wick
see
to
it.
the upside. Yep. Looking good. This is why though I start to shed some, right? Because we can always re-enter it. So if it pulls way back.
It's the same concept, right?
Yeah, it's the exact same concept except we're doing.
That's what Nate has done. He's realized that, hey, wait a minute. I'm buying at the bottom, selling at the top. I'm getting in, I'm getting out. It's the same concept with options. We heard Nate do this.
Yeah, we should play this for Nate, or tell Nate to look at this again, because this is exactly for those that don't know, Nate is he did these. He's marvelous at doing the hot stock picks of the day, which Coach announces every morning, and Nate even gets he has the skills to kind of identify them as well. But in the last 3 weeks, I think Nate did some options, and he did something like $52,000 in the big meta run up, which is phenomenal because he didn't hold it overnight. He got in that morning, saw the conditions that Coach has identified, saw it as a buying opportunity, and went in on it. And so Nate is now getting the same kind of skills in the options arena as he has, that has made him a 4x millionaire on the penny stocks.
And he's just using the knowledge that he had off of doing shares so well that he didn't have Coach stepping him through it. He just got in there and tried it. And just kind of, worked his way through it. Maybe went through a couple of bumps. And I remember one day he was like, how do you do? And I showed him on Robinhood how to do an option on Robinhood. We never told anybody this. I showed him how to do an option on Robinhood one day. And it was like, he did I think it might have been, God, I can't even remember the stock, but he did one option and he did it. He got in and then he got out. And he's like, is that all there is to it? And I'm like, yeah, now you have to be careful of a few things. And I told him, but he did one share here and there just a couple of weeks before he kind of went public and did that. So he was practicing, but with very, very little shit, like one. Yep. Then he went to like 5 or 10. Then he started kind of letting people in on the fact, hey, I'm kind of playing around with this. And then, boom, he dropped the bomb.
And this is the great thing, that you're reminding me, Don, is that you help out. That we've got other moderators that help out. We have other people in the community that help out. Coach's slogan isn't just a slogan; it's the reality. It's people helping people. We all have taken it on. We've learned a lot, and we pass that knowledge on. So even Coach is here, for 3 hours every day. But even beyond that time, when we're here just hanging out, sometimes having fun, sometimes in trades, we're passing on that expertise. And I got to tell you, we have grown to love and care about each other. It's a great community in this cynical world of people that are in the internet and they're snarky and they talk negative things. There's nothing like that in our community. We're all positive. We know that we all have our foibles. We make fun of each other, but we don't take it too seriously. We just are really supportive. Unlike when you go to Twitter or some of these, it's just, there's such meanness out there.
That beat you down.
The biggest refreshing thing that I experience here with Coach is his positive mental attitude, that he lifts people up. He says that whenever you join, you are under his protective wing. That's not
he means it.
He really the other day he got into tears because somebody walked away from the flock, and he suffers more when that happens, when somebody doesn't listen to the training and does their own rogue kind of activities. Or Nana, what do you call it? The rug activities. But he really he takes it so personally that sometimes we have to encourage him and say, Coach, you're getting such a great success rate with a lot of the people that you're training here. Sometimes people are going to make mistakes, and that's not your fault. You're doing everything possible. You're giving all the information that a person can need to be successful, and yet he still wears it on his sleeve. And I tell you what, I've looked at other sessions before I joined ADT. I looked at other people. There's young guys, Coach calls them the tick toddlers. There's these guys that kind of do a replay of a trade they did all by themselves. Coach is the only one that does these trades, and sometimes to his own his own detriment, right? Because he's in a trade, but he's got to get out because he's got to still run the show. He's got to still work with us. So he gets out sometimes, many times earlier than he needs to, but he's always said that the most important thing is he's here as a trainer first and a stock trader second. And his whole vision for American Dream Trading has always been about making sure more and more people are armed to compete against the big boys, these institutional investors that only give you 10% return on your money when you can do far better. That's Coach's vision. And I urge, if anybody's on the fence about it, I'm just telling you that this would be the best decision you ever made. However you enter into this, baby steps, sign up for a lifetime. I guess there's Don, 4 or 5 left.
Yeah.
You go to AmericanDreamTrading.com to sign up. I feel like I'm being such a sales guy, but I think it's really important.
Well, I mean, it's up to us to kind of continue to push the message out there because we are all experiencing the success from it. So it's not just up to Coach to put it out there. You're doing fine because we should all be talking about it because we're all experiencing success from it.
Well, and to be honest with you, the reason why I'm doing it is because I care about him. He's built this team. There's
I want to see it grow for him.
500 people in the Zoom calls.
We want success for him like he wants it for us.
And that's why I'm saying this is that if Coach were here, he'd be giving the spiel, but I'm here to at least give people the assurance that this will change your life if you come in here with an empty cup and let Coach fill it with his knowledge and his expertise. You will be experiencing trades and an understanding of the market that you couldn't get anywhere else.
It's so funny because Coach said I just took initiative and did things. Coach, it's funny, those VIP commercials and all of the little blurbs and commercials that I've made throughout the year that I've been here, Coach never asked me to do any of them. I made them because I love what he has taught me and us, and I love what he represents, what this group represents. I made those out of passion for this group and what an amazing person and trainer he is.
Liz,
I remember the first time you were on the microphone down.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Liz Ruth, you can join the panel by going into the description of the YouTube channel. It says more, click on more, and it says click here to join the panel.
And it's also in the live chat with you. Scroll up, go to the very top of the chat, and the very first one is the American.com link for those of you that want to go join. And the second one down from that, Miranda put, is the Restream.
And Eden, if you have any questions, join the panel. We'd love to answer any questions you might have.
Yep. We'll finish this video out and then we'll go to a quick commercial. Yep.
Contracts, and study your shares. Absolutely.
That was one of the most beautiful moments, Jimmy. I was rolling around loving that.
Love it. So
Jimmy, I'm going to jump out right here.
You're still holding 50, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm just going to jump out right here.
Okay, that's
good. 101.50. Brady, are you still in it, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm still in it.
Yeah, I'm still in. I still got 15 in it. Contract. Yeah. Just remember, if it's an option, we call it a contract, right?
Look at that.
Contract is
Huh?
Look at it. Well, he's just waiting. That green candle grows and grows, and that probably represents a couple $1,000.
Yep.
100 shares.
Correct. One contract is equivalent to 100 shares.
So great.
All right. For those of you who aren't aware, you can go to AmericanDreamTrading.com to get signed up for your very own membership so that you can become part of one of the greatest groups on earth. We're going to go with an older one because I know that this one is still in effect. And that link is pinned right to the top of this live chat. And also for you on the replay game, it's pinned in the description of this video. What's also pinned is the Restream link. If you guys want to come up here, like Ted instructed you, it says Restream within the link. Push that, come on, follow the prompts. Depending on the device you're on, you may have to go through Chrome or Safari. I know Apple phones prefer Safari. If you're on Google, you may have to go through Chrome or whatever. But if one doesn't work, then try the other way. But come on up here. That's what we want to hear. If you've lost money, come on up here. Let's pull the trading view up, pick the trade apart, and figure out what you did wrong so you don't continue to do that. Or if you did something right, or if you just want to go over some trades, come on up here, share your story. That's what we want to hear.
And Don, I just want to point out that a simple way to do this is to sign up on a monthly pass, and that's $500 a month.
Yes, absolutely.
That's how I got started. I took baby steps. I think everybody needs to kind of come in at their own rate, and the great thing is Coach has made it accessible to everybody's different situations.
I started with the monthly. I did the 50 at the time. It was because I think I arrived on the third month. It was $50 a month. I'm like, well, I'm gonna hear at least for $50. I might learn something. I'm gonna listen and see if it really works. And my mind got blew in less than a week. I was like,
and
when you see last time $500 for lifetime, I'm like, I grabbed my credit card and spent it so fast, and best thing I ever done in my entire life, because the knowledge you get and the support. The thing is, like, not only is the knowledge, but the support behind it is nowhere to be found except at this group. Period.
Yeah, and there's even a premium option, but I'm here to tell you that the VIP is the way to go. So if you can sign up for the VIP, there's just much more hand-holding, much more access, almost around-the-clock access that you get with the VIP that you don't get with the premium.
Okay, so Liz, so there's 2 requirements to come on the panel, sweetheart. 1 is you got to have your camera on, and 2 is respect your fellow panel members. That's the only thing for anybody, any of you that want to come up here. Just respect each other when people are talking and no rudeness. And then you have to have your camera on. That's Coach's rule. That's not my rule. He wants everybody to see your face and have interaction. So the only thing that'll keep us from doing that is if you're having a camera issue or something like that. I can let you up this one time, but just know going forward, we got to have the cameras on. Okay, so let me go ahead and let Liz in. Liz, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm wanting to get on the camera. I just can't get it to go live.
Okay.
Like I can't get my camera. Like I click the camera button. But it's not. It keeps saying unable to access the camera.
What kind of computer do you have? You have an Apple or a PC?
I'm on a laptop.
Okay, if it's a laptop PC, if you go on your regular panel setting, you might need to allow the camera to be working on all app. It might be just as
you can go onto the gear. See the gear down below?
Yes.
Click on that. That's your settings. And click on the video. Do you see how it says video input? You have the option of a FaceTime HD camera. Are you see the video input? Do you see the different options?
I do.
Okay, I have FaceTime because I'm on a Mac, and that's the only option available for me.
This says HP wide vision camera.
So select that.
That's probably it.
Okay.
And then you should be good.
Okay. It's still not coming up. Gosh, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying.
We'll figure it out next time.
Okay. Yep. Well, and if I can get it figured out, then I'll definitely go on camera because I knew that was part of the deal.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me try.
Liz, there is one more thing I want you to try if you're on the laptop and you're in PC. If you're on your bottom left corner, there is a little window symbol. You should click on that, and you should bring a kind of tab that say, or you can tap the name. You're just gonna say camera, and I want you to look at it if it's active and working, meaning if you're gonna see yourself in that little window that's going to open. Because if it doesn't, I mean your setting it's not allowing to use the camera somewhere.
Yeah, well, I made sure that that was working before, and it is working when I pull it up. Just for let me just double check here again. Square. It says it's on, that it's supposed to be working.
Is it facing something that may not be like? Do you need to flip it around or something?
No.
Do you have something that is hiding the camera? Some people
Or
have little
blocking it
sliders in front of that camera. Sometimes.
No, like when I'm looking at it, when I'm looking at the camera feed, like if I was going to record myself, and it's
working.
It's showing. Yeah, it's working on my end. It just there must be some sort of permission that I'm missing here.
Don't worry about it.
You don't sound like you're going to come in and cause a whole bunch of hell. So if you can't get the camera figured out,
just play with it. Yeah, just play with it.
Welcome
We have
to
a
the
rule of thumb is if you
Yeah.
can't solve it in 2 minutes, then it's not worth going down the path.
Technology sometimes it's like, holy cow.
So tell us a
Yeah,
little
I'll
about
get
yourself.
it. I'll get it.
So Liz,
Okay.
tell us your story. We'd love to hear from you.
Yep.
Well, I started following American Dream Trading. I would say it was probably in July, and I became a monthly VIP member as a gift for 1 month in December, and followed along with that. And I did not have the courage to really mash my buttons. And I remember Dawn had said, I don't remember who it was that you were telling, but you said, put your nerdy hand on the mouse and mash the button. And that changed my life, because then I mashed my button. I traded the very next day after that. I finally got in, and I do some pre-market trading. But because I work during the day, I haven't really had a lot of time to be in just during open market. But I do want to tell you guys helped me yesterday evening. And this morning, and I think I heard somebody say you could ride Soxel all day. So I did happen to, you guys will be proud, I only bought one, but I bought my first contract today.
Oh,
and it wasn't,
Excel is great. Love it.
Yeah,
Should I bring
it
out the
wasn't
horn?
Soxel. I did it, yes. And it was in Soxel, and I stayed in it for about 2.5 hours, because it kept going, staying green. So I just stayed in it.
No reason to get out.
Yeah, there was a point where it was like I was having to do some other things for work and not pay attention, but it was great. But I mean, you guys have been so supportive, and the things that you say, but like, I know I don't say a lot, but you hear it all. Like, I'm listening to the aftermarket shows. I'll even rewatch them. Sometimes I fall asleep to them, rewatching them again. And then to be in the morning, the information in here is absolutely like no other. And then the community and the family. So I had to switch over from the 1 month for VIP to get another month of VIP. And I was like panicking. I was like, I've got to hurry up and do that, because I did not want to miss one single morning or one single day without it. So I had heard Coach say, sometimes with the monthly VIPs or whatever, and he said, but he said there are those 1%, and I was like, I want to be the 1%. I am the 1%. I'm going to stay, and I'm just going to keep showing up, and I'm going to keep doing it.
Good.
But everything that you guys say has so much value, and it may just be a little blurb of something that you needed to hear that day, just to keep you going. And Ted, I've heard you say, you've got to get in it. Maybe just get in it just a little bit, be a part of it, of a trade. So my thing is just kind of being fearful. Like, I just watch things take off, and it's like I'm too afraid to even jump in. So it was important today for me to buy my first contract, and but I did it. So it was green, and I was happy.
Congratulations, honey. We'll give her the bell again. Good job, girl.
Hey!
Eden Hernandez. Eden Hernandez is looking to join. Eden, you click, scroll down on Don. Is it? Maybe Miranda can put it at the top. The link.
It's there. If you scroll to the top, you'll see the American Dream Trading link, and then the Restream link right under it. And periodically, they repost those links throughout the chat. So, and it's got restream within the IP address, so you'll see.
Or you can just go to the YouTube. Remember the YouTube when you first came in? You just click on more, and then you'll see a link that says "click here to join the panel."
It's the very first one.
You know, there is one thing that is missing on all the video of ADT down is warning. You might get addicted to the group. I mean, seriously, like addictions might occur because
Just can't quit you.
I was so hooked up after the first week. I was like, there's no way. Like, that's it. I'm done. Here, take my money. I don't care.
Hey Don, I just had a thought on from now on. Why don't we just click here to join the panel first, so they don't have to click the more. That saves them a click, and it's right there in their face.
Where?
In the description for the YouTube.
That is first.
No, you have to click more to get to it. So if you click here to join the panel as the first thing they see, it will be above the line.
You can't do. I mean, you can't. Yeah, that's YouTube setup. So
okay.
you can't, you gotta.
You cannot change it.
So Liz, congratulations. What stock did you buy the contract in?
Excel.
It's Soxel.
Soxel. Okay, nice.
I love that stock. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, Soxel. Somebody had said this morning in pre-market, Soxel, you could just ride that all day. Don, you laughed. I giggled.
Yeah. Because
it goes with NVIDIA.
That's what I was gonna say, Nana. It goes with NVIDIA. So if you don't want to go out of the money on NVIDIA, or you can't, get into it for whatever reason, then Soxel is the next best thing. I've played it a few times and ran it up with NVIDIA. It's really fun to play. And yeah, good job. Good for you.
Oh my God. Hamilton, are you in here? NVIDIA, new high of day.
Woo! She's still.
Oh my gosh, look at that. It's right under 700.
Oh my gosh.
Let's look at it.
If that thing past 700, it's going to be absolutely insane.
Oh, and I left one in there. I couldn't sell all 7. I left one in there, so I'm going to be treated to a little surprise tomorrow.
Oh my God. Let's get to the aftermarket.
So Hamilton, are you in here?
God almighty.
I know he was calling it out before. Hi, Eden. How you doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
Welcome. Yeah. Hey, how are you?
How are you guys?
Welcome to the panel.
Hey. Welcome to the party, pal.
Take a look at NVIDIA.
Yeehaw! That's so great.
And Soxel is great for a small account, because if you can't afford,
by the way, buy Soxel now. I mean, that's not a bad point.
If you can't afford to get in NVIDIA, you can't afford to get run over in NVIDIA. So yeah, Soxel's definitely a better option for smaller accounts.
This grayed out area is the after hours, and look, the entire time in the after hours, it's just been a straight shot up.
And look at Soxel's only up 0.57%, so you have a little bit of an arbitrage play there. There's that word again, Don.
Arbitrage. So Eden, what's going on, bro?
It's my first day. I'm just taking it all in. I got a little bit of experience in trading, but not like any advanced training, just self-taught. Thought I'd join the group to see if I can learn a little bit more, and it looks like you guys have a lot of information that I gotta write down and take care of from there. So I'm just happy to be here right now at the moment, and learning from all you guys. I'm still trying to get through all the how-to videos to just set up myself and learn how to trade. But for that,
well, we've got an onboarding crew now. Have you talked to Miranda and Arlo yet?
Oh yeah, I've talked to Miranda for a while, but I'm not really tech savvy. I gotta get back into it. I'm more of a hands-on labor kind of a guy on my old job, so tech savvy or computers are very off for me. So
a lot of us
are. I just gotta get into it and set myself up. But other than that, I'm trying to buy my freedom of getting out of my own job and making my job the side hustle and making this the main squeeze. So I kind of just want to practice the right way and
that's the right place.
So
yeah, I'm working with my hands right now. I'm working right now.
That's good, man. I don't mind doing the hard work, but after 20 something years of working on airplanes and stuff like that, it just takes a toll on you, and you just want to hang it up already. So
it's hard to get out of something you know everything about to get into something you know nothing about. But
right.
You are in the absolute right place to learn all this from the start, man. Glad to have you.
Yeah, definitely. Have you done any trading yet?
I've done a little bit of trading. I did a little bit of options this morning. I know they told me I should do paper trading, but I was just doing small numbers like dollars and $10 and $20. So I still did a little bit of kind of in the neutral. I think I maybe made like $5 or something like that. But I'm just learning how to do the mechanisms of how to trade off and on, the contracts, and just trying to make sure that I got my Weeble in the right place.
You're watching all the videos over and over and over and over.
I gotta go through all of them because exactly that. I'm going through one and I gotta watch it again and make sure that I got it right, and then I gotta go to the next one. So like I said, I just got in the Lifetime last week, so it's a lot of information.
Okay, so I wanna offer you this advice, and and it's the same thing that I told somebody else last week. Are you new to trading? Period.
A little bit, yes.
Okay. Focus on support and resistance and the 2-minute EWO strategy. Right. Those two things right there are your cheat codes. Those are your saving graces. Because if you learn your levels and learn how to chart for yourself, you will be able to get in trades and you won't experience a lot of the, oh, hey, I got in this trade and it turned against me. That's the biggest thing that happens to new people because they don't learn how to chart right off the bat. Right. And then, of course, the 2-minute EWO strategy will teach you with you doing smaller, and I prefer you to paper trade, but if you're in really small, like you said, $5-10, something you can afford to lose if something happens, if you don't have it where you've got a stop set up, which hopefully you do, you can go ahead and lose the whole thing if you need to and won't feel it. So it's good you're at least doing that, but that will allow you to keep practicing that 2-minute EWO. Put $10 in a trade, get in on the second candle and let it ride and watch what it does for you, you know, and learn those levels in the middle so that you know when that EWO may switch around on you. You know what I mean? Those two things focus on, and there's a ton of videos on both of those.
Right. I just want to make sure. So, just having this program that I'm in right now, I'm still trying to set up the EWO and everything. Now on the Weeble, they want us to have the subscription of the order books, right? L2 or something like that. The order books in the Weeble subscription. And then
really the most important thing is to have real-time data.
Right.
If you're set up. And if you want to get the L2 order book, that's fine. Do you plan on trading shares too? Like are you coming in the morning with us? Or?
Yeah, get the L2 and then get Oprah. OPRA.
I got it. I just don't understand it, so that's why I'm kind of like going little by little. And
that's that 4 in the morning. Are you on the East Coast or West Coast?
I'm on the mid coast. I'm in Texas.
Okay, so you're about an hour behind us. I think we're 2 hours. 2 hours behind us. Okay. Yeah, we're in there at 4 in the morning. I know that's weird for you, but you gotta risk it to get the biscuit. You know, you gotta kind of put that time in. If you can do that, Nate is in there and be more than happy to go over the L2 with you.
I work graveyard shift, Don, so I've been doing it for a long time, and in the morning is nothing for me. I still work graveyard shift. I'm up at 7 o'clock at night until 7 o'clock in the morning every day for work.
Oh, perfect. So come on in there with us, and we'll get you hooked up with the L2.
Okay, great. That's awesome. The other thing is they want us to have a TradingView subscription also. Is that going to be helpful for us in the future?
Absolutely. What we were just showing you is TradingView, and it'll help you chart easily.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, coaches actually created these indicators that make it really easy to trade.
Right. I got to get through that video still. I'm still trying to get through the first ones. But yeah, I saw that indicator of how to set up your account. I just haven't done it correctly because I tried doing it on a laptop and I don't have so much space as I do on my desktop. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure all that out at the moment. I mean, I was using my Weeble account, but I didn't have any money in it as much as I do in my Thinkorswim. So I just started depositing in my Weeble for the moment. But like I said, I'm putting it all together and going through the video so I can get all the technical data and indicators in there at the same time.
You know, Evans just pointed out that Coach needs to update his spiel. He says, he says over 30 years. He doesn't say 30 years, but maybe he should update the number.
Yeah.
You know, is there a particular stock that you favor? Is there a certain?
I like Google. Google's one of my favorite stocks. I'm very high end on that. I'm bullish and kind of 30 grand into it already. So, but that's just for shares for long terms.
No, that's really smart because there was a Peter Drucker, I think, said, and I think Warren Buffett does as well. Invest in what you know, right? If you like something, chances are a lot of people like you know, and so that's a great place to start.
Yeah, they I think it was Jeff Bezos that told Shaquille O'Neal, if you want to invest in some stocks, invest at things that are going to change the future for people. That's usually a good indication of showing that stocks are going to go on the upside later on as long term.
Ralph is like heckling me from the sidelines. I guess he says I'm complaining about what Coach is saying. Did I say that, Don?
What?
Ralph says, Ted, stop complaining about what Coach is saying.
But you know, he's been poking the bear all day. I don't know what Ralph is talking.
He says, I just woke up. Yeah, he's just heckling me.
Yeah, he's messing with you.
Look at NVIDIA is 13 cents away from $700.
Woo!
Wow.
Wow, you're right. Look at that. And Coach said it was a monster this whole morning.
Man, if you've been watching, when did Coach first call out NVIDIA?
Yeah.
He called out NVIDIA to Jimmy when it was in the single digits.
Look at that. 699.
Yeah. So there are always opportunities. And you know what's great is that if you are here every day, over time you start to get to know the stocks a little bit, and you start to know, you know, there is an ebb and flow to stocks.
Right. Oh.
Right. And people sometimes think that they miss out on an opportunity to get in a stock. No, there's always going to be an ebb and a flow. And so even in this case, it might not be, right? Because I think NVIDIA is this weird animal that's about to come up on earnings and there's a lot of energy behind it. But for the most part, there are always opportunities to get in at some point or another. And I am with you. I love Google. I mean, I was, my email address is my last name.
Right.
At gmail.com. I was a pioneer beta user of Gmail. So I really think that the company is one of the most innovative players out there. And if you've done search lately, you know, the fact that they're kind of embedding AI with their search algorithm, if you've experienced what they're doing there, there's a technology called a knowledge graph, and there's nobody that has more experience, no company that has more experience with graph technology than Google. Arguably, Facebook is probably in the same realm as well. Right. But both of those are really, they are companies that have taken very sophisticated, high amounts of data and figured out a way to tame it and create these hidden, you know, when you think of technology, when you think of like databases, in the old days, you used to have to know what the relationships were with the data. And so you'd have what they call a relational database, right? Well, the new technologies are much more advanced to the point that the technology will tell you the relationships. They'll tell you the hidden correlations that the human mind might not even be able to comprehend, but they're able to interrogate that data and tell you, hey, it turns out that when somebody posts a whole bunch of, here's an example for Meta, somebody posts a whole bunch of pictures of them and their kids, turns out that correlates to them needing to buy an SUV. And then, and the reason why Meta's stock is doing so well is Meta is able to go to Ford and say, hey, guess what? We have a way to target the people that don't even know they need an SUV yet, but you can reach them before anybody else and get them to make a buy decision much faster because they are ready for your message. That is the power of AI that they're starting to incorporate in Google and Meta that makes it pretty exciting for those companies. And that's why Meta went through the roof this last week.
Okay. Yeah.
Exciting times. I love one of the things that I told Don this the other day. I follow tech companies like some people follow sports teams. It's I don't know what it is. It's some sort of weird. And I used to work for tech companies, and I used to I would vote with my feet, right? I'd work for a company that I was interested in. And now I realize that I have an opportunity here to be a part of all these great companies that might not even want to hire me, right? But I can be an investor in them, and they can make money for me.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Meta is another one of those companies that I know that's going to change the future. I mean, they're a couple being
buy on the dips and never regret.
Yeah. The other day,
Meta, there's some people that think that Meta will double in value within the next year.
That much? Wow, that's a very bold statement there. And I hope they do, because they look like they're running real good. I'll have to see if any of that legislation they did the other day is going to affect them from spending any more money to do their CSAMs Act. I was worried about that being a problem for them in the company, because it's going to cost them a lot more.
Yeah, you're making a really good point. There's always headwinds, right? And by the way, those represent buying opportunities. I think we're in a political season where some people are puffing out their chests and trying to make issues out of things to help maybe differentiate themselves at the voting booths.
Right.
But for the most part, the same technology that can help target ads, the same technology can be used to make Facebook a better place.
Yes, right? Of course.
And that's what we should be focusing on.
Yeah, plus they're one of the Magnificent Seven, so they're really up there, So
exactly. Look at you using those terms. Although we got to wait for Tesla. We don't know if Tesla's going to be a part of the Magnificent Seven anymore. But I'm holding out hope. I'm a big Tesla fan, but
right.
They're getting some bumpy headwinds here. So we'll have to keep an eye on them.
Tesla's all over the place. That's one of those stocks that you can't really predict where it's going to go unless you're really close to like in the morning or scalping it, but it can change out of nowhere. But I'm also happy in Tesla.
You know what's so great about Coach is, and he reminds me of this, is that regardless of what we feel about a stock, we can have what he calls bias.
Right.
The great thing about his methodology is you check your bias at the door and you trade what the market gives you. And that is such great advice. And as much as I love to talk about the technology, I love to talk about the companies, and I think there's a place for that. I try not to be predisposed as to what a stock is going to do. I try to really listen to what the market's telling you. And Coach, when you get the trading view and you get the indicators, it will help you see those kind of trends and ways that you can respond and create good entry points for your trades based on what the market is telling you.
Correct. All right.
Carter has got this video up today, and before we get out of here for the night, guys, I want to do him justice by playing it for us. Dangerous trades using Ewo.
And John, I've got a bolt.
Okay.
But I'm so, you know what? It's so great to see new faces. Eden, Liz,
awesome.
For joining us on the panel. Feel free to join us at any time. We'd love to hear your stories. Very nice to meet you both.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Bye-bye now.
Thanks, Ted.
Have a good one, Ted. Thanks so much for all your input tonight, bud. I appreciate
no problem.
you.
Take care now. Bye-bye.
Yep. I'm just going to play this one last video before we get out of here, guys, because it just looks so interesting. It's a brand new video. Carter put it up today. Shout out to Carter. Dangerous trades. And this is something, if you're brand new, you might want to go ahead and take some notes or just watch the video a couple times. It's brand new today on the YouTube channel, Dangerous Trades. Let's check it out.
Right here. This is danger, danger, danger. I don't like this stuff. And this is what sucks. This one right here could toast us. And that's okay. I'd rather that happened than the alternative, right? So let's look at your 2-minute EWO setup. Right here is your buy. That is this candle. It runs to the upside. You're making a ton of money. Pulls back. Touches VWAP. Never breaks. Runs to the upside. Flat lines. Pulls back. Let's look at this in a couple different ways. Let's look at this in a couple different scenarios. What I like to do is called a 50, 20, 20, 10 shedding method. This is where we like to shed or shave off some contracts, right? So let's say we started with 10 contracts. Okay, let's say the first pullback, we got rid of 50. The second pullback, we got rid of 20. It drops below VWAP, I'm out.
Nice.
Yep. So basically that teaches you the shedding technique. You know what I mean? So yeah, you want to make sure you're getting in right as soon as that next candle is bigger than the first one before it, and then shed as it pulls back. So, but guys, thank you for coming up here on the panel. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's time to go spend some time with your families. Everybody down there in the chat, all of you that sent tips through the tip jar, John, Diesel, Thomas, and Steve-O. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Miranda, thank you for everything that you do, putting the links down there, Arlo down there as well. Everybody down there, thank you so much. KB, everybody that's down there, I love you guys. And everybody have a good night. And let's get up and let's do this thing in the morning. Those of you that want to join us in the pre-market, it's 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Nate will be in there. You'll be trading with a millionaire, and then Coach comes on at 8:15. So make sure you guys are up for that. So, yep, everybody have a great night. See you tomorrow.
Take care, Don. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Yep, not a problem.
Everybody.
Bye.
I also want to give a special shout out to Nana. We don't get a chance to have her on the show that much. So Nana, thank you again for all your input tonight. You were amazing. Thank you. And please come back anytime and share your thoughts with us. Love you.